Guys, welcome back to the main event. I'm loving it. Tonight. Oh, I'm Daniel. I always say that. Welcome back to the main event, I'm Daniel. I'm sorry, I'm so excited about this one. I don't care what anybody says. I'm excited. Tonight, we're going back to WCPW for Uncensored 1996. Everything you wanted to see, and some of the stuff you didn't thought of yet, or you haven't thought of yet. That's the tagline. You know what? I agree with him. I agree with him on this one. We're going back to March 24th, 1996. Tupelo Coliseum in Tupelo, Mississippi. 9,000 fans, I think. We're in front of about 9,000 fans. And the main event is the Doomsday cage match between the Alliance to Stop Hulkamania with Jimmy Hart, Woman, and Elizabeth in their corner, going up against the Megaforce. That's exactly what Buffer said, the Megaforce. And I figured that's because they can't say Mega Powers, and yet the entire night, during this match, they were referred to as the Mega Powers. Whatever. So anyways, yeah. This match I have honestly been looking forward to doing. This match gets a lot of shit, and I like it. I enjoy it. Spoiler alert. I know this, I can't even tell now because I can't see into the future, but I can already predict this is going to be a long video. I can't see the time right there, but I'm sure it is. And it's okay, because you know what? I love it. I love this match. So anyways, let's just get into it. Let's get into this hot mess of a match. Don't get me wrong. I mean, this has a lot of ridiculousness to it. But, you know. And I'm gonna have some questions. There's a lot of things I just don't know about when it comes to this match. So anybody out there who happens to know the answers, please drop them down in the comments section below. Let's kickstart this thing right now. This is, we're getting to the end of the war between Hogan and Savage to a lesser extent against the Dungeon of Doom. And yeah, this is time to end it, and we're going to end it in a big way. It is the Doomsday cage match. So let's look at the competitors first. And I don't know, once again, were the competitors announced ahead of time, like who the Megaforce or Mega Powers were facing? Or was it just like, you're going to fight the entire Dungeon of Doom and everything? I don't know. So, you got Hogan and Savage on one side, two of them, and they're fighting 8 people. You got, because it's not just the Dungeon of Doom, they're also teaming up with half of the Four Horsemen. And then Luger, which I'm not sure like what Luger's affiliation was there, except for the fact that he hates Savage, but in the opening intro of the pay-per-view, they make it look like he's against Hogan too. Doesn't matter, I guess. He's a heel, he just fits right in. So the Alliance to End Hulkamania consists of, and the Alliance to End Hulkamania, right? Because Buffer is like the Alliance to Stop Hulkamania, and I'm like, that don't sound right, but whatever, because it matters. You got Ric Flair, Arn Anderson representing the Horsemen, Luger, I guess representing himself, and then you got the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan, Ming and Barbarian. Barbarian, not Super Assassin 1, and then you got Zeus, who's now going by Z-Gangster, and Ultimate Solution. Sorry. Formerly known as the Final Solution, which apparently they did not realize that was the name of the plan that Hitler had to exterminate the Jewish people. How they did not know that, I don't know. Someone just didn't pay attention, I guess, in history class. Either way, the Jewish community was upset, and of course they changed his name from the Final Solution to the Ultimate Solution, which I was like, maybe just, call the guy Bane, because he would go on and play Bane anyway, so just call him Bane, like, whatever. Call him, he's a former wrestler anyways, and his name was like Jeep something. I'm like, just call him, like literally, if you honestly just didn't know, and you're like, Final Solution, they're like, oh, that's the Hitler thing, don't do that, and you're like, okay, Ultimate Solution, it's like, what? You're just building upon that, like literally, you just took Hitler's plan and like added Ultimate to it. That's still horrible. Whatever. And not only this guy going to play Bane, he was also like, and maybe I'm just reaching here because I love the movie, but if you guys ever saw Bulletproof, he was James Caan's bodyguard in that movie. Huge guy. So yeah, that's the team right there. And I'm thinking to myself, where the fuck's Shark at? Or Loch Ness, who they were really building up at the last pay-per-view as like being the guy that's going to destroy Hogan. Neither guy in this match. And at first I was like, well, I know they had matches earlier in this. Because I was also thinking, like, where's Giant at? Was Giant out of the Dungeon Doom? Because I know it was like he fought Loch Ness. Was Loch Ness out? Like, what the fuck was going on? Comment below, please. I just know they fought each other in a really short match that Giant won. I don't know if Shark was on the card or not. I don't remember if I saw his name or not. But I was like, Kevin Sullivan wrestled earlier, and he's in this match. He fought Brian Pillman. So yeah, I don't know what was going on exactly. I thought that was another weird thing too. Like Brian Pillman and Sullivan was going at, but yet the other horsemen, like I don't know. I'm unclear what was going on here, and Wikipedia sucks. So I have no idea if, because I wasn't just going to look up Dungeon Doom history. Got a video to do. I can't just be doing that shit. So anyways, yeah. So once again, that's the 8th pick. But once again, it's like they didn't know who was going to be in it. So they're just like, well, who else is going to be in it? Like, I'm surprised there isn't 30 people in this or whatever. So I don't know. It just seemed very odd. Okay, so the look of the Doomsday cage match. Okay, so you got the ring where it's normally at. So this is actually over here in the stage area. Like, literally, it is the stage area. Like, the entranceway is, like, right next to the cage. So it's so weird. It's almost like they couldn't, use any more money because they spent all the money on the Doomsday cage. So there's like, hole in the wall, that's the entrance right there. So, the Doomsday cage, okay, you get the ring. It's a second ring. Literally a second ring was brought and built for this match. You get the ring, and of course it has, it's a cage, but it's like the Hell in a Cell cage on the first level. So kind of big, and then you got 2 more cages stacked on top of that, and they're the same size. They're not like the Tower of Doom cage matches or the regular Rumble cage matches where it kind of gets smaller each. No, 3 same size cages stacked on top of each other. The middle layer has a wall that divides it in half, and you get 2 rooms, and there's a door in between there, and then of course the top cage is just one big open area. There's a trap door in the top cage, or in the top level to get down to the middle level. But then, I was like, well, sure, there's going to be a trap door to the the bottom one. There's not. And I was like, well, it makes sense. I don't see Hogan like dangling up there and then dropping like 10 feet just to get down there. Or trying to even get a ladder. No, he ain't doing that shit. So he literally, like, after the second, you get down into the second level, there's a door on the side, you go out and actually go down some stairs. Like, they actually built stairs for him and everything. I was like, really? But there's a lot of old people. I mean, you had Flair and Anderson and Savage. Like, they're not dropping down. Luger ain't going to drop down 10 feet just to get to the ring. So, yeah, it makes sense. I was okay with it. It is what it is. So here are the rules. And here's the funny thing is, they got the rules. They explain the rules before the match gets started. And then they just don't follow any of them. It is the weirdest thing. So, all right, 2 against 8. And essentially at least how I took it, and maybe I'm wrong, and once again, if I'm wrong on anything, just drop that shit down below. Educate me. Educate me. So here's how I took it it's going to basically be like a gauntlet tag match, where, because they keep talking, there's 3 levels, but there's 4 tiers, because you got the top level, and then the middle level is divided into 2 rooms, and then you get the bottom level, which was, the 4th area. So you got 4 levels, or 4 rooms to go through. You got 2 people from the Dungeon of Doom or the Alliance in each area. So once Hogan and Savage, beat the first group, first tag team, they go on to the next tag team, and then they go on to the next one, and then the last one. And that's how they explained it. As soon as as soon as they pin or whatever, the door will open up, and they go to the next one, and so on and so forth. And of course, if Savage and Hogan get pinned at any time, the match is just over. And I thought that'd be kind of funny. It's like literally like all this hype, all this build up. We get the cage erected. Here it is. They get inside and they get beat like in 30 seconds. And they're like, oh, that's it. Wrestling's real. That happens sometimes. So, but nah, it didn't happen like that. Anyway, so that's how they explain the rules. You got to beat the tag team in the section. You move on to the next section, and then of course you keep going until you get to the bottom, and then you win. So that's the rules that were set up. And we'll get to the actual match, and we'll just show how those get thrown out the fucking window. So right off the bat, we start off first cage, and first when the Dungeon Doom come out, the first thing that Tony Schiavone says is like, where's the Ultimate Solution and Zeus at? I'm going to say Zeus the entire time because fuck Z-Gangster. He's like, where's Zeus? I mean, I wouldn't just call him Devo, but I'll keep it within the wrestling world anyways. But he's like, where's Zeus and, Bane at? And I'm just like, that is weird, but whatever. But he brings it up like 7 times during the entire match. He's like, we still haven't seen him. And I'm like, all right, dude, fucking chill. Like, I'm like, seriously, the commentary team was already horrible anyways. Like, seriously, this is the worst group ever. And I love and respect them individually. Like, Shivani's my least favorite of the group. And that's just because, I don't know, he's just always been so bland. And what I do remember of him in WWF was not memorable. It was literally just like, oh yeah, he was in WWF for a year. Forgot about that. But it was just like, when I did watch WCW back in the day, I liked him, but I didn't put much thought into it. Watching these matches in retrospective, it's just kind of like, oh yeah. Heenan, absolutely love Heenan. WCW, not the greatest. And the problem is, like, Shivani just acts like he's better than everybody else he's talking around. So it's just like, I don't know. He just, like, he gives them nothing to work with. Like, at least, like, Gorilla Monsoon would kind of set up the banter and they would banter back and forth. Like, here, he don't even want to play with him. He's just like, fuck it. I'm doing my job. That's it. And then Dusty Rhodes is just, I mean, I love Dusty. Love Dusty Rhodes. He's retarded on commentary. Like, seriously, it's ridiculous. It really is. So, anyways, just hearing these guys talk is just so brutal. Yeah, and people want to talk shit about the match, fine, but my God, talk some shit about that commentary team. That's just ridiculous. So, anyways, and on top of that, he's the whole time he's just like, where's Z-Gangster and the other guy, Bane, and the whole time I was like, dude, give it a fucking rest. Like, I don't care at this point. Like, you don't even know what's going on. Just relax. But then he's just like, I'm surprised Pillman's not out here. And I'm like, really? But he says it like 3 or 4 times too. He's like, I can't believe we haven't seen Pillman out here yet. And I'm like, was you expecting to? Like, was he? Because I know, like, this is the pay-per-view where Pillman gets fired in real life. Because he's like, he calls Kevin Sullivan Booker Man. I respect you, Booker Man. Breaking the fourth wall, which I'm sure no one even gave a shit or knew what was going on. I'm sure, 96, I was in the 5th grade. I'm sure I didn't even know what the hell he was talking about. So, I don't know. But anyway, he gets fired. So I'm like, but the fact that, like, someone in the Horsemen is fighting the Dungeon of Doom, but they're also on the team, that just confuses the shit out of me anyway. So, I don't know. But anyways, Shivani says it like 3 or 4 times. And after a while, I'm just like, dude, fuck off. Like, seriously. Someone, like, cut his mic, please. But anyways, so, get past that. We got everybody out there, and of course, everybody's in their spots. So Anderson and Ric Flair on the top spot against Hogan and Savage, and we kick things off, and just a brawl. Like, this whole match is a brawl. At one point, Hogan busts out the powder and hits him with it. But just like any other tag match, it just goes back and forth. At one point, the Mega Powers are winning. The next point, the Alliance is winning. There was one memorable part in the. Where this sounds like Heenan gives up and just says, fuck, I'm going to say whatever. Because, Dusty Rhodes is going on a long, just drawn out fucking ramble about, this match. And he's like, I know you're thinking that, that cage is soft, but you should get some chain link fence and lay it down and go outside and just lay down on it. And Heenan's just like, yeah, just go grab the neighbor, suplex him on top of it. And I was like, that's hilarious. Like, today, you just get fired for saying that. Like, you cannot encourage pro wrestling at home. He's just like, yeah, grab the dog and throw a figure 8 on him. I was like, that's the best part of the whole commentary. After that, it just goes to shit. But anyway, so after Hogan, the Alliance and them fight for a little bit. No pinfall. The referee just opens the trap door. I'm like, was it on a timer? Like, what was the cue for that? But Anderson and Flair are down, so Hogan and Savage drop down to the cage below. And once again, and I can't remember if they shut the cage or the trap door or not, but then all 4 of them, of the Alliance members, because you got Sullivan and Luger in one room, and you got Ming and Barbarian in the other room, and they just come on in. And I was like, I thought they're supposed to go through each level. What the actual fuck? So, anyways, they literally just have all 4 guys attacking them. At this point, and of course Hogan and Savage are trying to fight him off or whatever. At one point, Flair and Anderson drop back down, which I was okay with that. Like, even though at this point, clearly no one knows what the fuck's going on, like, at all. Like, people are literally just like, I just get the impression that they're just like, should we go over the rules of the match for everybody? And everybody's like, nah, I'll figure it out. But then they all said that, so then when they get in the ring, they're just like, oh shit, you don't know what's going on either? Probably should listen. Shit. So anyway, it's just a big brawl that, for the most part, the Alliance is winning until they power out. I don't know how it happens, but at one point, like, it's Ming, Barbarian, Flair, and Anderson are on one side of the cage, and they literally lock them in. and they're trapped on that one side. And then they go ahead and open the side door that leads out to the stairs. It's like a scaffolding and then stairs around there. And Kevin Sullivan goes out there like immediately. He walks out there as soon as he gets hit. Like he gets hit like over here, and he just like wobbles over, and it's like, oh no, I'm gonna fall. Like he wanted to get that spot in so bad, and it's just so blatant. Like, dude, you're not gonna fall. Come on. But he's just like, oh no, I'm falling. I'm like, why would he not give a shit anyways? Because. And Hogan goes over and starts like, trying to like knock him off, and he gets foot on his throat, trying to choke him and throw him off the cage or off the scaffolding. But I'm like, that's like a victim in peril right there, and it's like, but it's the heel. Like I'm sure if I was if I watched it whenever it first came out, I'd be like, yeah, throw him off, fuck him. But they're just like, you're trying to go through. I don't know. It's just a weird spot. It's like, why ain't Hogan like the one that's in danger? But I'm thinking like Hogan's like, I ain't getting close to that. Like that's dangerous. That's a dangerous spot. I'm not gonna hang off that. So anyways, they battle down the stairs, as does Luger and Savage. And here's where it goes off the rails, like even more, because this match is already kind of fucked, but whatever. Like instead of going into the next cage, they just start battling in the entranceway. And they're just fighting there for like ever. And they're using whatever weapons they can grab, which is cool or whatnot. But then they take it to the ring. And they start fighting out there. And I was like, what? And of course the commentary don't know what's going on, so they're just kind of like, it's uncensored, baby. It's like, what? So they're out there fighting forever, and then they take the fight back to the cage. And at this point, they're just like, oh, the others got out of the cage, the ones that were locked up there, but then they just leave. And I was like, what? Because I can understand, like, because once again, if they stuck to the regular rules where you got to beat each team as you go through, but the other team stayed behind. The ones who were eliminated are like, fuck, I'm staying back. It's like, you're not going to get disqualified. It's a cage match. Fuck you. And here's like, dude, you can have literally all 8, or I guess 6 at this point because, the other 2 are still MIA. You can just beat the shit out of them and then bring out the rest of the Dungeon Doom that you haven't used yet. And like at this point, if you're trying to end Hulkamania, like, why don't you get like other people? Like get in, go to like all the jobbers. Like, hey, we'll make $5. Come and help beat up Hogan and Savage. But no, it's the same 4 just fighting. Like literally, Flair, Anderson, and Mean Barbarian come down the stairs and they just leave. It's like, so anyways, they continue fighting to the cage, and then they go. Okay, so they come down the stairs. They battle over here they battle over here now. They battle at the Doomsday cage. They go to the ring. They bring it back to the Doomsday cage, and they come back out to the ring again. Like it's the weirdest fucking thing. It's almost like they're just trying to kill time at this point. Or like, the other 2 just are like Zeus and Bane weren't ready yet, and they're like, oh shit, we gotta keep dragging this out. So finally, Zeus and Bane come out while they're actually in the actual ring, not the Doomsday cage. So they come out and they do like one clubbing blow, and then they just grab it and walk them back. Like Hogan and Savage, they end up walking Hogan and Savage back to the cage. And it's just a weird thing because I'm like, they went through hell, they've been battling this whole time, but like, are we supposed to believe that like Zeus and Bane are so powerful that they hit them once? And then Hogan's like, I'll give up fighting. And they just drag him by the hair, and they're just like walking back to the cage. And I was like, really? Am I going to brawl back to the cage? No, he just walks him back. Both of them. It's the most ridiculous spot ever. So anyways, they end up throwing him into the main bottom part of the Doomsday cage. Finally, we're finally here at the final stage after this ridiculous ball. I'm like, hold on. I was like, where the fuck were these 2 at anyways? But whatever. We're finally here. Tag team showdown. And it is kind of cool, once again, I know we're not supposed to acknowledge the other company, but it was cool, I guess, if I would have saw this back when I was a kid, to see, Zeus and Savage, who were always partners in the Zeus-Hogan war, being on opposite teams this time around. I just thought that was kind of interesting. But yeah, Zeus and Bane pretty much just no-sell everything that Savage and Hogan throw at them. It's funny because you see they're... I'll get to that in a second. So, anyway, they're fighting there. At one point, like, Kevin Sullivan gets back up, and I guess Luger just leaves. Like, Luger's like, I'm done, and he leaves after getting pounded on. But Sullivan's over there, but instead of getting in the ring, he's on the outside of the cage, and he's just poking, like, Savage and Hogan with sticks. Like, I'm not making this up. He just starts jabbing them with sticks. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, dude, just go in there and beat him up. No, he's just like, I'm going to sit here and poke him with sticks. That happened. That's a legit part of this match. Fucking great. So anyways, so finally Savage and Hogan are just kind of down. And it's funny because when they threw the powder earlier, there's just big mounds of powder on the ground. I'm not sure if that was from up there and just perfectly landed in a big pile. But anyways, they just grab handfuls and throw it at them. Well, then out comes Booty Man. Booty Man, formerly Zodiac, formerly The Butcher, formerly Brother Brutai, formerly Bruce the Barber Beefcake. God damn. I don't know much about this guy at all in WCW. I watched the, oh shit, I'm blanking on their name, sorry. Really great team here on YouTube. But they did like an entire like Dungeon of Doom retrospective this time. And it's hilarious. But I just remember like, it's revealed that like Hogan had Brother Brutai infiltrate the Dungeon of Doom, become the Zodiac, and, you know, gain their trust to get intel, and then he was going to turn on and become the Booty Man. But I was like, before the Dungeon of Doom was even officially formed, there was the Faces of Fear, and the Butcher already screwed you over to get into that. Like, you didn't have him infiltrate. This is just bad writing. Whatever. Booty Man comes out with frying pans and gives him the Savage and Hogan, and then he leaves. That happened. And I was like, what the fuck? So, for one, I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, even as, like, if I'm booking this match, I'm thinking, okay, it's wrestling. Give them chairs? Like, hey, I found 2 chairs. Here you go. Or ball bats? Hey, I found some ball bats. Or lead pipes? Planks of wood? He gets frying pans. Like, Booty Man has one job. Like, literally Hogan and Savage are back here talking to Booty Man. It's like, listen, we're fighting 8 people. We may get in trouble. I got powder. That's all I got. Why don't you come out, grab some weapons, and just come out and, you know, help us out when it looks like the chips are down. And Booty Man's like, I got your back. Don't worry about that. And then he's like, oh, she's watching his monitor. And, you know, for a while, it's like Hogan and Savage are doing pretty good. But they're down the bottom ring now. Zeus and Bane's beating the shit out of him. He's like, I need my help. And he goes, and he's like, frying pans. Where would frying pans even be at? He'd have to, like, go to the kitchen of the arena. Like, he literally was just like, forget trying to grab a good weapon. I'm just going to run. Like, he runs all the way down to, like, the arena, you know, kitchen. Pan. Just 2. That's all I need. And he runs back. And that's the funny thing is, he gives it to him, and then he's like, see you guys later. And it's like, you realize, like, there's 8 of them. Now, at this point, there's not. But, like, Sullivan's still out there poking him. Like, you don't stop him? Shouldn't Sullivan be pissed at you, too, for just screwing him over and leaving his group? Just leaves. Here's your frying pans. And I'm like, you don't want to stick around and help? No, he doesn't. He just leaves. Like, here's your frying pans. They didn't have a 3rd one, so I can't stay. That was it. And then literally, oh wait, no, he came in after. Yeah, sorry, I glossed over that. So while they're getting their ass beat, Flair, Anderson, and Luger all come back out and beat the shit out of them. Then the Booty Man shows up. Makes it even better. So, shows up, here's your frying pans, and then he leaves. And it's like, dude, they're in there with 5 people right now. It's 5-2. It's no DQ at this point. Like, even though technically they all should be eliminated other than, you know, Bane and Zeus, it's 5-2, and Booty Man's like, here you go, here's your frying pans, I'll see you later, and leaves. And I was like, what? You're not going to run there and try to help? No. He's like, here's your frying pans. I'm Booty Man, I got to go, I got shit to do. Got shit to do, Hogan, sorry. Like, yeah. It was such, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? So, Hogan and Savage run around and start clocking everybody with frying pans. I think one of the handles even breaks. It's ridiculous. So they start beating everybody with frying pans. But they eventually, the number game comes back up on them. They beat them back down again. And I'm thinking to myself, Booty Man, where are you at again? Like, are you not going to run out there? Like, you see this going on. You see this. You're not going to jump in there and help them out? Like, you're not going to disqualify you. Like, are you afraid, like, the WCW board of directors will be like, you know what, Booty Man, in this insane match of 8 against 2, where, you know, we're supposed to eliminate people and they kept coming back, you ran in there and started attacking people. We couldn't disqualify you because it was a no DQ match, but guess what? You're fired. No, it's ridiculous. Get back in there, Booty Man. Now he leaves. Frying pans, walks away. That's literally, that's all he does. So, Hogan, Savage getting beat down, looking pretty bleak. Sullivan's yet to re-enter the ring. That's the other thing. I'm like, where the fuck's Sullivan at? He's still outside just cheerleading. I don't see Woman, Jimmy Hart, or Elizabeth at this point either, so I don't know if they already left when they came down that bottom thing. So anyways, they're getting beat down, and Luger pulls out a loaded glove. It's like, yep, the old loaded glove. Flair holds Savage. Luger goes to punch, and he stops. Like, he literally just stops. Savage drops, and then he goes for and punches Flair anyways. And I'm like, I remember the first time I watched it. I want to say maybe I watched this in junior high, maybe high school, maybe even after high school. I don't know. It's been a while ago I watched it. And I remember thinking, like, this is a fuck up, right? Like, that's clearly a fuck up. Like, why would you stop before you get to the guy anyways? Unless if you know in your head, like, I'm supposed to hit Flair. Oh shit, he's not dunking. Oh, I gotta stop. Okay, you dunk. Okay, now I can do it. It just seemed like a fucking botch to me. But then commentary tries to save it. And I mean, because they do a pretty good job of it. Like, no, he did see Savage drop, but he still punched anyways. Like, he was trying to screw over Flair. And I was like, okay, well, if that's the case, like, if that's what Luger's going to do, like, he's just like, I've been training with these guys all month to end Hulkamania. We even named our group the Alliance to end Hulkamania. I just spent hell in that middle cage trying to destroy Hogan and Savage. I went back, I got my ass kicked outside, I came back out here, and now I'm just going to screw Flair over. What's the point of that? Like, really? Did he get pissed as he got his ass handed to him? He's just like, fuck, I suck as a bad guy, I should be on the good side. Hogan and Savage are winning this thing. I'll tell you what, if I get a chance and it looks like, you know, the tide can turn, I'm going to just punch Flair in the fucking face. It was just the weirdest fucking moment in this match. It was just like, whatever. So, he decks Flair, Flair's out, and then at this point, Hogan and Savage regain and beat everybody up, including Luger. Like, Luger just helped him and gets beat up. Savage goes off the top of the elbow drop, and I think it's Flair, but I really don't remember at this point. Like, it matters. Hits him, and then they both get up and leave the cage. And Hogan's like, oh yeah, you gotta pin him. Because they don't even know the rules of their own fucking match. So then Savage's like, oh shit, he goes in there and pins him. Luckily everybody else is down. 1, 2, 3, Hogan and Savage win. Decent sized pop for it actually. And then, yeah, they walk out of the Doomsday cage match. Ah, there it is. There's the match, the greatest match of all time. So what do I think about this match? Seriously, I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie, this is a shit match, and it is just so fucking messy. However, was I entertained? Goddamn right I was. Like, seriously, I enjoyed watching every minute of this. Would watch it again. Probably will watch it again at some point. Like, I liked it. Story-wise, it wasn't bad. Once again, you get the idea that no one knew what the fuck was going on. Almost like they all had their own idea about how the match was supposed to be played out, and then they just did their own thing. The fact that there was really no levels other than, or, you know, there was no eliminations like they said there was going to be, and they just opened doors randomly. It was just so fucking weird like that. The fact that, you know, I like the look. I mean, honestly, the Doomsday cage match is a pretty sweet thing. I probably wouldn't have said it so far off in the corner. Like, literally, I'm thinking, like, you know, people who was on the opposite end of the arena got fucked. Because, I mean, they didn't have massive Titantron. They had a screen, I think. I'm guessing they showed shit over there. I don't know. It's like, if you didn't see on that screen, you were just fucked. You're just like, I'm seeing them sort of fight, I guess. I don't know what's going on. I literally paid $50 for this seat, and I can't see shit. So they probably should have had it in the middle. They probably should have had all the matches take place in the cage. Like, seriously, every match is a cage match, and it's censored. And then just keep them barred away from the, you know, upper part. But, you know, whatever. My big complaint, I guess, would be they should have had more weapons inside the cage. Because I'm thinking to myself, like, man, it's just fist fighting inside the thing. Which, I mean, I guess it's real, but it's like, like, you know, remember the Thunderdome cage match? They had, like, some goofy shit hanging off the walls, ropes and chains and stuff. Could have done the same thing in here. Just had weapons hanging from the ceiling, weapons hanging, like the Clockwork Orange Raven match, the House of Fun Clockwork Orange, or whatever the fuck you called it in TNA. Like, just like that. Like, literally, just weapons. See Hogan just gently tap everybody in the head with a chair. But, yeah, and once again, it just seemed weird, like, you know, Zeus and Bane didn't come out on time. So, like I said, it was a mess of a match. The fact that, like, the second act of this match took place just in the regular ring, like, I guess they're just like, we're going to give those people their money's worth. Like, we're really far away, they can't see shit. Let's bring the action to them, and then we'll bring it back, and then bring it out again, and then we'll take it away, finally. Yeah, like I said, just a hot mess of match. Like, why the other Dungeon of Doom / Horseman didn't interfere in this match when there's no DQ. Why Booty Man didn't hang out there and try to help him from the beatdown they were receiving. Why he brought Frying Pan. Like I said, it's a fucking mess of a match. But it's fun, and it's entertaining. I'm not saying this is how I would have booked any of this shit at all, but it was 95, or I guess 96. And I'm watching 2017, and I enjoy it. Thumbs up. Let me know what you guys thought of the Doomsday cage match at Uncensored in the comment section down below. That's all I got. That's literally all I got. I'm sorry this video probably ran really long. I can't see the time from up here, but yeah, I'm sure it's a long one. So yeah, guys, come back next week as we go back to WWF for WrestleMania 12. Oh yeah. That's all I got, guys. Thank you for watching. Till next time.